Today my video is going to be about 5 true Christmas ghost stories that I found online. And excuse my reading ability sucks, but and excuse the background noise. I was watching Mowgli on Netflix, but anyway, let's start. So the first one is called The Bright Light and a Calm Watchdog. I had a universal visitor on Christmas Day 2008, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Santa Claus passing through my house in Birmingham, Indiana. The day started in a typical fashion with opening of gifts around the Christmas tree. I served several early Christmas dinner for family and friends, and everybody departed by 5 p.m. except my sister and brother-in-law who live with me. They are sleeping in a bedroom at the end of the hall with the door open. I went into my bedroom with my dog, Toby, and I shut the door securingly. Well, that was creepy because the door just shut. I was just dozing off when I heard the latch on the bedroom door open. I waited several seconds for my sister and brother-in-law to ask me whatever they came to say, but there was no other sound. It was almost 7 p.m. So my bedroom was pitch black, and I had left the lights on in the kitchen and the bathroom, and there were lots of Christmas lights in the living room, so the hallway would have been well lit. I would have been able to see whoever was at the door just by lifting my head. I just pushed the blankets down and I lifted my head from the pillow, and just as I was able to see who was in the doorway, it was extremely bright light and it hit me right in the eyes. I shielded my eyes and yelled, "Turn off that beeping light. You're blinding me." The light immediately disappeared and I heard the bedroom door latch closed. My bedside light is a touch lamp, so no, can you stop interrupting me? So I tapped it and I looked around the bedroom. There was no one in the bathroom or bedroom except me and Toby. Toby jumped off the bed and went to the door without showing any signs of the alarm. At first I was frightened because Toby is a Dutch Shepherd, well trained to be excellent watchdog and proven personal protection watchdog. Since Toby was already up, I decided to let him go outside and see what sis or brother-in-law needed. When I went to the hallway, I could see both of them in bed. I took Toby to the living room and let him outside, and there was nobody there either. So who opened my bedroom door and turned the spotlight in my face? Like most people thought, the loved ones are always close at hand during the holiday season. When I first went to lie down, I was thinking how happy I was that my small family enjoyed Christmas, but it would have been so much better if my mother and brother had still been alive to share it with us, and I would like to thank my brother's spirit stopping by to say Merry Christmas. I still think of you too. I haven't been able to debunk this strange event or any kind of rational explanation, and I am half afraid that my heart stopped during the sleep in the light that I saw. The bright light people report after near-death experiences. Leave it to me, the stairway to heaven, and ruin my chance to eternal paradise by saying, "Turn off that blanket light." I made a mental note that if I ever see another bright light, to clean up my language, just in case. From a lady named Scarlett. The next one is The Returned Relative. It was Christmas time in 1995 or 6 at my aunt's house in Revelation, North Dakota. Some of my family was in the living room watching television, and the kids were playing in the rooms or sleeping, and my uncle and aunt and I were sitting at the table putting a puzzle together. My cousin, who worked at a casino, would come home at midnight or 1 a.m. This night she pulled up and was walking towards the house, and she looked in the window and saw me sitting at the table. My uncle sitting across from me, and someone standing to the left of me, and someone standing in the corner, so she continued to walk in the house, thinking nothing of it. As we were sitting there talking, she looked at me, and she asked who I was talking to, and who was standing next to me a few minutes ago in the corner. I told her no one, and she said, "Yeah, there was someone next to you. It looked like your mom, and she was playing with your hair. I've had long hair, which I used to wear down all the time." She said the person running her hand was on my hair like my mother did to me as a child. Kind of freaked me out because I was possibly only 12 or 13 at the time. My cousin swears up and down that someone was standing over me, rubbing my head and watching me put the puzzle together with my uncle and my aunt. And there was another person behind this person. We got around to thinking it was possibly her mom she saw. She passed away on her birthday a week before Christmas back in '92. In my family, we consider our aunts and uncles to be like moms or dads. After thinking it could have been her, it didn't scare me so much. However, we couldn't figure out who the person standing in the corner was. And always around Christmas time, something strange always happens, and we just think it's her visiting us. The page. This one's called The Haunted Tree. My parents and I lived in a small home that was around 90 years old. The year would have been 96, and we lived there from the time I was 7 years old to the time I was 19. For that day that we moved in, I felt like I was not alone. One year around Christmas time, I was having a friend spend the night. The heat had just shut off briefly, and she and I were sitting in the living room watching television when the temperature dropped substantially. As I rose to the top of the heat, the Christmas tree began to shake violently, ornaments falling off to the left, and she was terrified. We ran upstairs and laid on my bed, while our cat curled up with us, and my door was open slightly. When I gazed out in the dark hallway, I was horrified to see a tall white figure run down the hall. Ew. I turned to my friends, and she acknowledged that she had seen the exact same thing. We had never slept that night again. Catlin Williams. This one's really long. I don't want to read that one. And then the last one is the Ghostly Christmas Choir. On Christmas Eve night at 1978, about 3 a.m. in Oregon, I was suddenly awakened by the choir singing. The house was new construction, miles from the near church. I strained to hear my own words that I couldn't understand the tune, and I could identify, but I could not understand the language of the tune. I did get a feeling of angelic exclamation, relevance, and gladness of heart. This is true, a heavenly choir lifting their voices high, singing Hosanna at the highest in an unknown tongue without accompaniment of instruments. I exclaimed to the television, but it was turned off as was the radio. I explored outside, but singing was not heard outdoors. The way the countless male and female children voices intertwined together in their tones were operatic highs to the deepest bass voices in perfect harmony. It must have lasted about 10 minutes, but it was touching for an eternity. No. So yeah, the fourth one was really long, so I didn't want to read that one, but yeah, so those were the Christmas ghost stories that I found online. Hope you enjoyed them. Again, my voice isn't that great, and I can't read very well, but I hope you still enjoyed them, the spookiness anyway. I liked the choir one a lot. That one was pretty, and I liked that one, the first one where he's cussing at it, turn the light off. Like, I feel like that would be something I would do. I'd be like, turn the dang light off, and then it'd be like, well, you're going to heaven, but never mind, you know. But anyways, hope you enjoyed those ghost stories. Bye.